And we're live. Welcome to Music Matters, broadcasting from the shadows of New York City. And we're delighted that you could join us for our unique podcast community as we explore issues and challenges in the performing arts world as seen through the eyes of distinguished colleagues. Here on Music Matters, we explore innovation in the arts and in the most challenging of all times, this COVID era where the arts have taken such an incredible hit. But we look at artists who are doing wonderful work and making things happen across the globe. And today we have a wonderful artist, Dominika Zamara, who was born in Poland and trained in Italy and Poland and has a truly international career. And we're delighted that she can join us today. Welcome, Dominika.
Welcome, Maestra. Welcome, all your people who are listening. Your beautiful program about music that we really need.
I see online we have people from Italy, we have people from Poland. This is wonderful. The arts community is truly international, and it's so nice to meet colleagues like yourself. We've been back and forth on social media, but it's nice to put a face to the social media posts.
Oh, it's beautiful. I'm very happy that many people follow us, and this is universal because music is universal. And
now you have a very busy international career. Going through your biography, you've performed in probably every continent except Antarctica. What are some things you've learned in your very busy travels?
Yeah, really. It was a very busy time. The last 10 years, maybe besides the last year, because was this coronavirus terrible, for every people, especially for artists, was terrible time. But generally, I traveling a lot of around the world, and this is amazing because I was performing very different kind of repertoire, from Baroque music, early Baroque music, until contemporary music. It is amazing experience for musician to performing around the world because every country have different kind of tradition, every stage have different smell, give me different emotion, and audience in every country in the world is different. Conductors are different, pianists are different, guitarists are different. So it's amazing to improve something new every time. This is beautiful and amazing.
Wonderful. So tell us about your growth as an artist and your development. I know you were born in Poland and first trained in Poland, then you came to Italy. Tell us about your development and when did you know you wanted to be a singer?
Yeah, so I was born in Poland, in Wrocław, close to Germany. My grandfather Stanisław, he was amazing organ player in a church, professional organ player. So I was improving a lot from him. I was playing organ, and I going to music school for a piano at the beginning. And this piano was very important for me because, for example, now when I'm preparing my opera parts, I'm studying by myself, and later when I'm ready, I'm going to the pianist. So it's a very good thing. Thank you, my grandfather, that he improved me playing piano. I go to music school. Later I go to the vocal classes, opera in Poland, and I go to the music university in opera performing. And before my master degree, I won. It was incredible for me, La Forza del Destino. I won scholarship to Italy in Conservatorio of Verona, and it was amazing for me, amazing experience because I was studying with amazing Italian opera singers. I had masterclass with Pavarotti, with Alida Ferrarini, with Mirella Freni, with Maestro Bruno Pola, really amazing singers and amazing vocal coach. So it was for me amazing also improve to Italian language because I think for every opera singers who performing Italian opera, it's very important to improve also this language because it's very metaphoric language. It's antique very often librettos. So it was a very important experience for me. And for now, I'm living in Italy and also in Poland. I performing around the world. In Italy, I was debut in La Bohème many years ago. I don't remember exactly, maybe 8 years ago. In Teatro Verdi in Padua with Maestro De Mori. I was performing La Bohème.
So what was it like, a Polish singer making her debut in Italy? What was it like? And tell us about what you felt like when you were backstage.
For me, it was like a dream. It was incredible because when I was very young, I was dreaming about Italy, about big tradition. In my house, my mom, my father, and my grandmother, everybody loves opera. In my house, everybody listening opera. We're going very often to the opera theater in my city. It was somehow tradition for us. Also, my grandfather, he was performing beautiful music, organ music like Bach, for example, was something special. Also Chopin, we have a great tradition of Chopin music. So we was listening his music. We going to the piano recital. So it was this music tradition was always present in my house and generally in many houses in Poland, in Polish people. So it was like a dream to going to Italy where bel canto was born, where opera was born, where Monteverdi wrote his first opera, where Pergolesi wrote beautiful opera, and where bel canto was born, when also Mozart traveling. And it was something special for me. It was like a dream to studying this beautiful art of bel canto in Italy with amazing teachers, coaching, working with amazing conductors. It was something special. I think that if we're dreaming a lot of and working very hard, everything can arrive in
Well,
our
that
life.
hard work paid
Absolutely.
off, and you've been so busy. What I love about opera, born in 1600 in Italy, but it quickly spread throughout Europe. And I love now that it spread so far and so wide that it comes back now for artists like you who were born in Poland and come to Italy and then bring something unique back to the art form. I think that's what's interesting about opera and why it keeps on growing.
hmm I think so because I think that every opera singer should to first or before to studying in Italy this Italian technique, special bel canto technique with amazing singers, but also conductors. I was improved a lot of with conductors in music style of Italian opera, how to create music phrase in bel canto. This is very important. Pronunciation is very important. Recitar cantando, who pronounce well. Uh, you can sing well if you pronounce well Italian language. This is very important. And when I'm traveling around the world with performing, very often I'm performing Italian music, Italian bel canto. This is a very beautiful thing for me and rich thing for me. This is my
So
richest.
you make your debut, and it's a success. How did your career open up after that?
Oh, so this was very important because Maestro De Mori, he was conductor of also he was conductor of La Scala. Maestro De Mori, he was also pianist of Maria Callas because Maria Callas she lives in Verona and she working a lot of with Maestro De Mori, like conductor and like pianist. And he discovered my voice and he gives me also many lessons for free, completely for free. It is incredible that you can find on your way, artistic way, people who believe in you and give you something for free, not business, but because these people believe in you. It was amazing. He was like my spiritual art father. I was of course going to conservatory because I had this scholarship, but I am going also to Maestro De Mori quite every day to studying Italian opera. It was for me amazing. He was a very nervous person, very typical Italian conductor, very possessive, very, he was always, he was never glad. He was never glad. He always screaming, no, Verdi wrote his pianissimo, you made only mezzo forte or piano. He was screaming. When I come back to my home, I was crying. It was terrible experience, but my voice and my technique grow up a lot of. And one day he told me, hmm, now we're preparing La Boheme. You have to studying me part. So I was studying. It was very few time. It was like 1 month only to improve all opera part. I was preparing with maestro, with conductor, and later with orchestra. And we debuted in Teatro Verdi in Padua. It was amazing for me experience. And after that, many ways in Italy was open. Many things with sacred music, with opera, with recitals, many festival. Mm, I performing a lot of Bellini arias, a lot of Mozart arias, because I love a lot of Mozart arias. I think that every singers have to singing a lot of Mozart. Even if you have big voice, dramatic voice, you have to always
Keeps
conduct
the voice
Mozart,
healthy.
because Mozart, yeah, teach you a lot for breath, for discipline, for everything, for pronunciation, for recitativo, for example. Mozart recitativo is so important for us. So it was for me very, very important to performing a lot of Mozart operas. I was performing many times in Italy. Don Giovanni, for example, at the beginning, Zerlina, later Donna Elvira, and Le Nozze di Figaro, of course. At the beginning, Susanna, later Contessa. Mascagni opera, Zanetto, for example. I was performing also Teatro Olimpico in Vicenza, beautiful theater, Palladio. He was architect, Italian architect. He created many beautiful architecture in Italy, many villas Venetas he created. And he created this one theater in Vicenza, Teatro Olimpico, with amazing acoustic and beautiful architecture. We was performing there opera, very particular opera of Coronaro, Il Tramonto of Coronaro. This is very not famous opera. Maestro Carlini from Milano, he discovered this opera, and we make this modern premiere. So I like also sometimes make debut with premiere with something special. I like unique,
Yeah,
something
judging,
unique
going
in
through your
music.
bio and your history of performances, you do such a wide variety of repertoire. How do you choose what you're going to do for a season?
It's like destiny. It's uh, it's destiny, but also my voice follow me. For example, um, it was maybe strange because when I was younger, I was performing more Puccini, and later I started performing more Mozart. Generally, is contrary. But I discovered that, and also with my vocal coach, that my voice is the best for Mozart, for bel canto. So I stopped to singing also Puccini, and I chose this way of fresh voice of of Mozart, of bel canto. I was singing many Vivaldi. Many conductors from Italy invited me to sing, to performing, for example, in Cremona, Laudate Pueri, beautiful psalms of Vivaldi, many times Gloria of Vivaldi, Stabat Mater of Pergolesi also. So I don't know how, but it's like destiny, because when my voice was ready, for example, for Traviata 1 year ago, conductor from Milano, Maestro Moncalieri, called me. He told me, are you ready for for Violetta? So I was performing also Violetta. Even it's not really for my voice special first act, mm, but second act and third act was something special,
I love
beautiful
conducting La
experience
Traviata.
for me.
I've done about 30
So
performances of
yeah,
Traviata, and it's so funny how that
oh
first act is a coloratura, then a dramatic, then a lyric, then a dramatic as she goes through
yes,
that journey, and such an
yes,
incredible
dramatic.
role.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So Maestro, you have to come to Italy to
We
conduct me.
have to
For
work
sure,
together. I can't wait,
you will be amazing.
and we'll bring you to
Ah, it will be
back to
amazing.
New York. So you've conducted. So you made your debut in America in a couple different ways. I know you've conducted in Walt Disney Hall in Los Angeles and Avery Fisher Hall in New York City. That's close to my home.
Yeah,
So what was your first performance in New York City? And
yeah.
you've come back steadily. What are some of your most memorable American performances?
Oh yeah, I love really performing in the US. I love America. I love American culture, American people. Everything is so positive there. When I'm in New York, I feel so much energetic. It's incredible. I love American people because you are so energetic. You are a hard worker. It's beautiful. For example, in Italy, I love Italy, but in Italy, everybody say normal phrase, piano, piano, we have a time. In New York, in USA, everything is very fast. We don't have time. And I have your mentality. I have also American mentality. I feel very well in the US, like in my house. Also, my sister lives, she lives in Mina.
Shout out to your sister in New
Mina.
Jersey.
She lives in New Jersey, close to Morristown. Yeah, from New Jersey. So I love so much US. And many years ago, I was debut with Maria Newman, a great composer of Walt Disney. I was performing with her in a Warner Grand Theater, Los Angeles. Was beautiful experience. I was performing some classical arias, some Mozart arias, Bellini arias, but I remember also composition of Maria Newman. She is amazing. And her husband also, he's conductor. We performing also Malibu with chamber orchestra. It was something special, and I feel inside, I love America. After that, I go to performing in Dallas from different festival with Maestro Tomasz Chunyu Chen. He's Chinese conductor. Now he's conductor from Zhuhai Philharmonic, but he invited me many times to his festival. It was amazing. I was performing also, see, Avery Fisher Hall in New York. It was something special. Beautiful international orchestra. Yeah, and also New Jersey many times, and yes, and also Chicago with Maestro Gregor Bloch. We make creation of Haydn, so beautiful thing. So I love so much US. Hope to come back
Well, it's
soon.
been a challenge for
Yeah,
all of us these
amazing.
days, especially we say we've been really a challenge politically, and we've been challenged with the coronavirus, of course, as we all have. But things will switch. I mean, things will come back, and
Yeah.
New York City is very different right now. I live right in the suburbs, and it's been very different. I mean, with the arts closed, the Metropolitan Opera closed, and Broadway closed, and all of these venues that have never closed in any of our lifetimes. So really, it's truly stunning. And but we're getting ready for the next chapter. We're getting ready for the next chapter when things are going to explode, and we're all going to be working again and traveling. And so, what's it like to you? Has your travel schedule slowed down due to coronavirus?
Oh, it was very strange. I remember 1 year ago, in February, I still performing in Italy, Teatro Verdi of Padua. After that, I going to Australia to make my debut in Melbourne with Mozart concert arias with Maestro Pam. After that, it was crazy. I was performing still in Melbourne, 14 and 15 of March. After that, very bad news arrived to me from Italy. In Italy was tragical time. Really, many people pass away. It was really bad, 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 bad. Later in Poland started to be very bad, and all Europe was very bad. So it was very difficult time. Everything was blocked. Also, my flight was cancelled. I was thinking, what I do? I can stay in Australia or come back in Poland or maybe in Italy. But in Italy it was so tragical situation, so I decided to come back in Warsaw, and I had this quarantine, the 14 days. It was a really terrible, terrible time, but it was also time for reflection about life, about art, and time for studying a lot of to prepare new repertoire. And I have also your philosophy. You have to be very positive, and I saw my challenge that I have to singing. I have to practice my voice. I made many also how to say meeting with my conductor and also voice teacher from Milano. We're preparing new operas. I studying also Lucia di Lammermoor. That I couldn't believe that I can sing this opera, this aria from this opera. It was time for preparing something new. And after that, I remember start to make some virtual performing, online performing. Polish government help us a lot of Ministry of Culture, give us some possibility, financial possibility to preparing some concerts. It was very good. I'm very grateful. And after that, I remember in June we open season and we start to performing a lot of things, also operas, in Italy, many festival, bel canto festival in Italy. But mostly in south of Italy. But because normally I performing mostly in north of Italy, but this time south of Italy was much better situation from coronavirus. For example, like Sicily, Puglia, Rome was quite okay with coronavirus. Not many cases of people who pass away, and was much more safe. So many theaters was open, even big theaters like Taormina Festival, they make also season, of course, with limitation. For example, one place yes, two places no. But I remember still July, August, September, October, I was performing a lot of in Poland, in Italy, and I was also in Switzerland for concerts. After that, from November, it's still very bad. From November, it's everything closed again in Italy, in Poland. and it's bad situation. But we hope that very soon
What
will
are the
open
state of things
something.
now? What's the state of
Yeah.
things in Poland and Italy these days?
Okay, so yesterday we received bad notice because we hoped really that after 17th of January something will be open, maybe school, maybe university, maybe some theaters, at least church for to make a church concert. But the government decided that for now it's impossible uh, until 31 of this month. It's everything is closed. It's impossible. Only one thing is possible to virtual concert. It's possible, of course, and we're planning this kind of concerts. But in Italy, is better situation because in this month just we start to with small concert, at least recital. Recital is possible. For example, 31 of this month, I'm going to performing with Maestro Musso, great pianist from Torino. We will performing recital with opera arias. We will performing Mozart and Bellini. Yes, so recitals start to be possible.
That's a good point that
Yeah, so I'm happy
recitals
that
and small concert chamber music performances and maybe church performances where people can spread out very far in a church. I think they're going to come
yeah
back first, right? That seems like the opera maybe a little later, but orchestral music
yeah
as well. But we're going to see that type of music. People need their music. It's a Zoom is great and the virtual concerts are great too, but not the same.
yeah not the same. No, it's different energy. Absolutely. To For us musicians, it's important to performing together with chamber orchestra. We have contact with conductor. We learn a lot from conductors. You are so important, maestro, for us. We need you. We need it.
We need each
It's
other. You
absolutely
know, I always tell everyone I teach conducting at the
yeah.
university level, and I say that a conductor without an ensemble is a madman waving at the in the mirror.
Yeah. This is beautiful. Yeah. We need each other. Absolutely, it's collaboration. It's we devise emotion. We create some energy between us musician, between you maestro, and with us musician, and with audience. So we need this energy. We give our audience energy, and they give us. So it's something special. It's like catharsis. For me, music is important for have this state of catharsis inside, something special, something metaphysics. So we're waiting. Okay, virtual concert is okay for now to promote art, music, to keep going our music, but it's not the same. So we really miss our audience.
I really
Absolutely.
love the way you speak about music. The way you think of it, almost metaphysical. The way it's very spiritual, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you, maestro, because for me it's like a religion, music. I live for music. It's my it's very strange. Maybe I don't have family. I don't have a private life quite, but I live for music. In my heart is always music. Every day I practice. I feel in my heart music. I live for it. It's
We
really
have a saying in
purpose of my
America. It's
life. Absolutely,
you're
because God
preaching to the
give
choir.
us.
That's for sure. I
Yeah.
understand. It's almost a sacred calling being an artist, and it's what we do affects so many people, and that starts with ourselves. If we don't believe that and we don't feel that, the audience can't feel that as well.
Yes, of course, and I know that also audience love so much art. For example, in Italy, Italian people, I love Italian audience because Italian people have in a blood opera. For example, they love opera. Even people who never studying nothing, simple workers, they singing opera arias. This is something special. So they really love, and they waiting when the theaters will be open. And I think around the world, everywhere, every countries, people love art because art gives us emotion. We can forget about trouble during the life and problems. We can be in another world. So this is so important. We're waiting to come back really with
What
audience.
is something you've learned about people and your art by performing all over the world?
hmm okay. I love traveling a lot of because during traveling I met so many people, so many different cultures, different different languages. Every language also have every language have a different style. For example, when we're singing opera in Italian language or in English or in German language or Spanish or Polish, it's completely different emotion, different colors of voice, and also this culture the culture is different. So it's beautiful to studying also different languages from different colleagues around the world. And it's beautiful also improving from different musicians, different conductors. This is always for us like a school. Our profession of musician is very particular profession because it's not only profession, it's a passion, but it's also patient where we have to growing up always developing ourselves. We are never arrive at top. It's never top. We can sing or performing better and better. We have to always studying. This is beautiful because our brain always working. This is amazing. So we keep our brain working always. We improving a lot of in memory, our memory working. We can really learn a lot from our colleagues, different singers, conductors, pianists. Every person, when we meet in our way, can give us something, and we also give something. This is beautiful to change this energy and experience.
I always find when I conduct internationally in a new place, I make so many friends, and I learn so much about. Like, I love to immerse myself in culture. I spent a month in Albania conducting with the National Opera, and I just immersed myself in a new culture and made so many friends. And by the end of that time, we're all we'd sit at the cafe and discuss life. And even though we speak different languages, my Italian's not always so great, and their English wasn't so great, but we would find a way. And through the music, it takes away all the obstacles.
Yeah, Maestro, you said beautiful thing. Yes, yes. Through the music, this is beautiful connection between us. Even different culture, different languages, different way of thinking, different religions, but we always connecting through the music. On the stage, it's something special because we create toward this art. We are one team that you are like conductor, create, yes, create these colors, the dynamic tempo and etc. But we give this message of our audience. I think this is principal thing of art.
We have our
Through
first
the
question
music.
from the audience. This
Yeah.
is from Ellen from Miami, Florida. And she asks, what operatic role have you sung the most? And also, is there a role that you identify with personally?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, rule. Every rule that I see I performing is special for me, and this is very particular because when I remember when I was performing my first opera in Italy, La Bohème, Mimi, I was really Mimi inside. It was very strange and funny because I was living in a very old apartment in the center of Verona. It was really like house of Mimi. So I don't feel like Dominika, I feel like Mimi. I think when we're studying some character, we lost ourselves. I forget the name Dominika. I forget what's my name, what's my character. I try to be Mimi or Violetta or another person that I try to identify because it's not really create interpretation of this rule of this part, but it's important to be inside with this part. This is very important, but it's an only problem when we finish performing this opera. It's very difficult to come back to our really life because we see everywhere this. It's maybe schizophrenic. It's strange, but I know that many singers have the same thing.
Conductors
What
too.
about you, Maestro? Also, when you conducting,
When I delve
you
into a
try with
symphony or when I sit down with a great symphony, I
beautiful.
tell my students that every symphony is like a world unto itself. Whether it's Mozart Third, the Hafner Symphony, or whether it's Beethoven's Seven, you have to know the entire world and the universe that it lives in, and you've got to understand the whole universe and what was Beethoven doing this time period in his life, and why did he write the phrases this way. And we have to know these things. We have to at least understand what's going on before we can interpret the music. So for me, it's very similar. I have to, in an opera too, opera storytelling, and I have to tell the story with the singers. I've got to know the story so well, know what the composer's intent were, how the colors in the orchestra relate to the words that the singer is singing and the story that's being told. It's all, I love storytelling. So for me, it's joining with the singers and the players to tell that story.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, really artist. It's amazing. Yeah.
And I could always feel like I don't, unlike all the rest of the musicians, well, especially the singers on the stage at an opera, I don't see the audience. I feel them in the back of my neck, but I don't see them. So I tell
Yeah,
I
yeah.
make sure that the breath is with the singers. I make sure I breathe with the singers so that we're together.
Beautiful.
But I can feel
Wow.
the energy from the audience on the
Yeah.
back of my neck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel this emotion. Yeah, you give them emotion and come back. This emotion come back with a breath. Amazing. Wow, something special. Yeah. So we miss this special, yes, this energy for now, this contact with
Did you
audience.
study drama and acting before you became a singer, or was it always the same time?
Yeah, I was studying a lot of drama performing, especially in Poland. I remember in a University of Music we have something like performing, something like acting, drama, diction, interpretation, also poetry. Yeah, yeah, many subjects that helped me a lot of with this profession. And also I was studying a lot of in Italy with good directors, stage directors was very important for me. I think, okay, one thing is studying technique, and one thing to have this insight. We have to, I think it depends a lot of about on our sensibility. We have to be very sensitive. We have to really love art, and on the stage we have to absolutely live these magical moments. And it's natural process. I think it's natural process. I think we have to studying, okay, we have to studying acting, performing, but it's also a lot of spontaneous things, spontaneous emotion, because every performing is different, atmosphere every time is different, we are different, our psychological thinking is different, our emotion are different every day. So I can performing one traviata one day, I have different state of my soul, another day I will be different, and also audience the same. So it's beautiful in art, and it's unique, something unique. Every moment is special, and only
As a
unique.
conductor, I love to
Absolutely.
program concerts. I program usually a lot of my concerts. I have university. I have multiple organizations I conduct for, and I do all my programming in the summer. And I have hundreds of books and scores all over the place, and I kind of mix and match them until these magic formulas come together. And it's my favorite time of year because I get to immerse myself in new music, music I haven't seen in years. Maybe I'll return to some Verdi, which is some of my favorite music, and just to pick and choose. But
Beautiful.
that's the thing. We never get old as artists because we're always learning. We're always digging into something new. And how do you think, as a singer, that as your voice changes, as you develop new repertoire, what are some roles that would you like to perform in the future?
Yeah, this is great question. Thank you for that. So yes, our voice is like a live instrument. So I noticed that every year my voice is changing, developing, because we're studying a lot. I see that, for example, some Verdi arias that was very difficult for me some years ago, was very difficult, and now it's so natural, so easy, because my organism improved this, and my chords it's more elastic, more natural. My breath is more stable. This is really a live instrument, but of course we have to studying a lot of. We have to keep our instrument in good shape, and we have to always respect our instrument. Never touch rules too dramatic for our voice. This is my rule also. Many times I could performing something dramatics, but I refuse, because it's not for me. I chose maybe Mozart or sacral music or bel canto because it was for me. I don't want to take some music that it's not for me and destroy my voice, because it's my instrument, it's my life. But in the future, I'm dreaming about Il
Leonora.
Trovatore, because yes, I love this part. Yes, I love Eleonora. It's something special. It's my one of my favorite operas of Verdi. I love also a lot of. I love Macbeth also a lot. I love. Maybe it will be not for me. It's depend.
I've
How my
conducted
voice will grow up.
Nabucco, but I've never done Macbeth. I've done scenes from Macbeth. I've done a lot of the arias, the famous arias, but I've never done the whole opera. That's got some great chorus music in it too.
Yeah. For you, it will be amazing, maestro. Maybe Lerna di
Mm.
Verona, if it will be up for you something special. Yeah. You will be
Dramatic
amazing
music.
to conducting Nabucco.
Dramatic.
Yeah, very dramatic, and Italian people also love it. Yeah, it's always in season of Lerna di Verona. It's really special. Very beautiful music. Yeah, I love Verdi. So I would like to performing more and more Verdi for sure in the future. Maybe some Puccini more, and always a lot of Mozart and bel canto because it's my fundament for my voice, and always also sacral music. I love a lot of performing Mozart sacral music, Pergolesi, Vivaldi. I love also recital. I love also lieder. I'm, for example, performing very often and promote Polish music around the world, because not everybody knows that Chopin wrote 19 also lieders, beautiful songs for soprano and for piano, really beautiful music with Polish poetry. We have also beautiful composer like Szymanowski. He wrote beautiful lieders. Paderewski. We have year of Paderewski this year, so we try to promote his lieder. And there's so many music, so beautiful, so many beautiful
I love
music.
to hear artists
For sure,
promoting
my life will.
music from their home
Mhm.
culture. I think it's wonderful that you promote Polish composers and Polish music. Who are some of the new modern Polish composers who are doing great music right now?
Oh, right now we had. For me, it was amazing composer
Oh,
Penderecki, but he passed away 1 year ago. For me, it was the
a
best because
legend.
in Poland we have big, yeah, we have great avant-gardian composers. Was great um, Lutosławski, Górecki, um, of course Penderecki, Kilar, Wojciech Kilar. So we had really stable this avant-garde composers. For now, also, but for me, the last good composer was Penderecki. We have Panufnik also. I remember I was performing some Panufnik music in Dallas 1 year ago. I love Rentowski. This is a Polish composer. He lives in Dallas. Really amazing. He wrote for us Sanctus for John Paul II. We was performing with orchestra his Sanctus in October last year for Polish national television. Was really something special, and we hope to performing his music again in Poland and around the world. Yeah, I love contemporary music because we have so many wonderful composers, and it's pity not to create something new. We have to developing music always
I
create
always
new
think
styles
that
and new.
we can't ask Chopin why he wrote a piece a certain way, but we can ask people who are alive and current and make music with them and ask questions.
Yeah,
And I love that. I work with a lot of composers and I commission a lot of pieces, and I love to have those conversations about what were you thinking when you did this, and it helps me interpret the music. I always like to. I can't ask Beethoven why the introduction to the Seventh Symphony is so long, or
yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Yeah, we can ask Beethoven, but we can ask composer that are still alive, and it's wonderful. For example, when I was performing some music of Maria Newman of Maestro Rentowski, always discuss with them about this music, how to interpret. They prefer more dramatic voice or maybe more soft, which dynamic will be better if they like this color of my voice in this part or not. And it is a very creative process, and I really love to working with contemporary composers. And this is something special to be first interpreter of this contemporary music, because you don't copy nobody, and you are yourself and you're looking something, and of course you can discuss with great
that's a great
composers
point.
about music,
You're
and
not
you
weighted
can
down
learn
by
a lot
centuries of
from them.
performance practice, and you can make your own choices. And I think that's really a really exciting thing as an artist. So
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
many
yeah.
great
This is
Polish
something
artists,
special.
especially in the opera scene today. Do you have connections with some of the people who are out there performing around the world?
Yeah, yeah. For example, Marcin Kwiecień, he's amazing
Wonderful baritone.
opera
I've seen him at the
singer.
Metropolitan.
He was performing many times. Yeah, beautiful baritone. Yes, really amazing. And yeah, now he become artistic director of Wrocław Opera Theaters, and he's really great. And for sure, in this opera will be high level for now. So it's really great. Of course, I love also Piotr Beczała, amazing singer, beautiful voice of tenor. He developed a lot of his voice for now, amazing career. So yeah, there's many great Polish singer for now and composers also, and we have also many pianists, amazing pianists. For example, we have Rafał Bolechacz. He won a Chopin competition in Warsaw. So amazing player. I met him, amazing. Michał Szymanowski also, he's my friend and my colleague. We performing very often together in Poland. Really great. He has his final of also Chopin competition. So we have really high level of pianists in Poland. This is
What's it like
amazing
to go
for
back home
yeah.
and to perform either in your hometown or in your home country? What's it like to go back home and to make music for your family and your friends?
Oh yeah, it will be wonderful. I'm looking forward. This is a crazy time because my family now, my mother, father, and sister, they are in New Jersey now. In
We
this
have such a
moment,
very
I'm
large
in
population
Poland,
of
so
Polish
I
people in New Jersey. I've had a lot of Polish students over the years, and I didn't realize how big the population
yeah,
was. Yeah.
really. Yeah. Many Polish people live there. So my parents stay with my sister now in New Jersey, but I didn't saw my family from 1 year, so I miss a lot of my family. I feel many sentiments, and this is very difficult. But it helps us somehow with music. When I'm studying, I feel deep, how to say, nostalgic inside, especially when I performing Chopin lieder. Chopin, when he wrote this lieder, he was just in Paris, in Vienna, and so I feel very deep nostalgic inside. Also, this poetry of this lieder, very deep and very nostalgic, dramatic. So, see, I feel a little bit like that, like Chopin. For many years, yes, I'm traveling. I'm always very far from my house and don't see my mother, father. So I miss them so much, and I feel also this nostalgic. And I love performing dramatic and nostalgic music because this really sentiment of real life help you a lot of yes.
I think as artists, we get to get our emotions out through our art. I think it's a very healthy thing.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you absolutely. Yeah, we're working a lot of with emotion. Yeah.
Well, thank you. How can people find out more about your work and where your next performances and your new albums? Where can we find out more about your work?
Okay, so now we're recording the new album. This is Mauro Giuliani Gold Edition. We was recording this CD in the last month during pandemic time. It was we had time to do this. So this positive thing of pandemic time because we had more time with Maestro Amadeo Carrocci. He's amazing guitarist and composer from Rome. We was recording this CD. This is six arias and six ariettas of Mauro Giuliani. Really beautiful music with text of Metastasio, amazing poetry, Italian poetry. And our discographic is Elegia Classics. It's Italian serious discographic from Torino. So Elegia Classics. When you go to the website www.elegiaclassic.I think com or it, you can find this CD. You can follow also my website www.dominikazamara.eu, Europa, Europe. So yes, it's also social media. I'm present, so it will be information about this CD. CD is just ready. You can also you can see this CD because Mauro Giuliani is amazing composer. Everybody know Giuliani like guitarist, like for instrumental, for concerto, guitar concerto and orchestra, Giuliani and some instrumental things, but not everybody knows. Even musicologists that I ask my friends, musicologists, do you know Mauro Giuliani ariettas or maybe or maybe cavatinas? Not everybody knows. This is strange because he's a really amazing composer and early composer. He was before a bel canto style, but it's strange because in his music you can hear bel canto phrase, beautiful legato, sometimes dramatic phrase. Very, very expressive composer. So I love
Beautiful.
Mauro
Well, I want
Giuliani.
to thank you so much for joining us on Music Matters. You are our first Polish artist, and we're delighted that we can feature you today. And I encourage our audience to check out your music and to keep in touch with this dynamic and very busy performing artist who, as soon as this period is over, will be performing once again all over the musical world. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Maestro. Thank you, and congratulations for your beautiful music, beautiful performing, and the best wishes for you, for artists around the world. Please be patient because art come back very soon, and we will start performing very soon. I believe absolutely, and for our audience, we give this
And we're
emotion.
all in this
Thank you.
together, and I can't
The
wait to
best.
make music with you one of these days soon.
Me too. Me too. I'm really looking forward. Thank you, Maestro. It was a pleasure to
Thank
talking with
you.
you.
Thank you for joining us on Music Matters with Jason Tramm. Please remember to subscribe to us on YouTube and hit that bell for the most updated information on upcoming guests and topics. Like and share our videos on social media. We're on all the platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and such. And thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow we feature two dynamic artists from Australia. We have Susan Eldridge and Ingrid Martin, a conductor and a music business entrepreneur. And thank you so much for being here. And remember, keep music alive. Thank you.